World War I began in 1914 and became one of the deadliest wars in human history. It was caused by a combination of militarism, alliances, imperial rivalries, and nationalism that had been building up in Europe for decades. The immediate trigger came on June 28, 1914, when Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was assassinated in Sarajevo by a Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia and declared war. Because of a complex network of alliances, the conflict quickly spread across Europe. Germany supported Austria-Hungary, while Russia backed Serbia. France and Britain soon joined the war against Germany and its allies. Germany's initial strategy was the Schlieffen Plan, which aimed to defeat France quickly before turning to Russia. However, German forces were stopped at the First Battle of the Marne near Paris. Both sides then dug extensive trench systems stretching across Western Europe, creating a brutal stalemate. Life in the trenches was miserable. Soldiers endured mud, disease, rats, artillery bombardments, machine gun fire, and poison gas attacks. The area between enemy trenches, known as No Man's Land, became one of the most dangerous places on Earth. Two of the war's bloodiest battles occurred in 1916. At Verdun, France and Germany fought for 10 months, resulting in more than 700,000 casualties. At the Somme, over 1 million soldiers were killed, wounded, or missing. The Somme also saw the first use of tanks in warfare. On the Eastern Front, Germany achieved major victories against Russia. However, Russia suffered enormous losses and faced severe economic problems. In 1917, the Russian Revolution overthrew Tsar Nicholas II. Later that year, the Bolsheviks led by Vladimir Lenin took power and eventually withdrew Russia from the war through the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. Meanwhile, the United States initially remained neutral. However, German submarine attacks on civilian ships, including the sinking of the RMS Lusitania, angered Americans. The situation worsened when Britain intercepted the Zimmermann telegram, in which Germany proposed an alliance with Mexico against the United States. As a result, the U.S. declared war on Germany on April 6, 1917. American troops and supplies gave the Allies a major advantage. In 1918, Germany launched its final major attack, known as the Spring Offensive. Although it achieved early success, German forces became exhausted and were unable to secure victory. Allied counterattacks, supported by large numbers of American soldiers, pushed Germany back. By late 1918, Germany was collapsing. Food shortages, political unrest, and military defeats weakened the country. Kaiser Wilhelm II abdicated, and Germany requested an armistice. Fighting officially ended at 11:00 a.m. on November 11, 1918. The war had devastating consequences. Approximately 9 to 11 million soldiers and millions of civilians died. Four major empires, the German, Austro-Hungarian, Russian, and Ottoman empires, in 1919, the victorious Allies signed the Treaty of Versailles with Germany. The treaty forced Germany to accept responsibility for the war, pay huge reparations, reduce its military, and surrender territory. The effects of World War I reshaped the world. New nations were created, modern warfare emerged, and political instability spread across Europe. The harsh peace settlement and economic hardships that followed helped create the conditions for the rise of Adolf Hitler and eventually led to the outbreak of World War II. Changed the course of history forever and remains one of the most significant events of the modern era.